I worry myself
you
to
don't talk
death.
too much.
You talk too much, you worry me to death. You talk too much, you even worry my pet. You just talk too much.
Dun-dun-dun.
You talk
that
about
how it
people that
ends?
you don't know. You talk
Oh.
about people wherever you go. You just talk too much. You talk about people that you never seen. You talk about people you could make me scream. You just talk too much.
Dun-dun-dun. Oh, hey.
I try to do that in front of him, dance and stuff.
Yeah.
You're not in your 20s like when I met you. I said, you fell in love with me for a reason, Buster. You were after me for years.
Buster.
You know you were for
You know
years.
it.
Yeah, but you always had somebody else. I said, that's right. And now I would too. If somebody busted my bubble, I'd tune in.
You tune in.
I would. I'd tune right in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I'd like to be with a man right now that I love.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to just go out with anybody.
Yeah.
Just,
You know, nowadays you got to be very, very
I
careful.
know, that's why,
You gotta be
what's her
choosy.
name? Kelly was warning me about hitchhiking again.
Yeah, you don't
She
want to
warns
do
me
that.
about that all the time. She said, don't
Yeah.
you, if I find out you're doing that, I said, what are you
Right.
going to do, Kelly? What you going to do now? Huh? I said, you met your
Whoa.
guy online. Guy you're dating now. We
Yeah.
live together. I said, well, good. That's good. That's good, but I'm not online. Maybe I should go on. I don't know. But then she met Debbie, so I didn't want to say.
Yeah. Yeah. So you were saying that you do think about Dad, and you must not have been
Yeah.
right for each other, but no hard feeling.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Of course, there's no hard feeling, and because you're the main focus of mine. Because I'll think about that all the time. Of course, you look just spitting image, like your grandmother says, spitting image of him. But you don't. You're different than him, personality-wise. You're a lot different than him because he. I don't know.
How's he different? How am I different, do you think?
You got a good personality. I mean, you
I
talk.
talk
You
more?
talk.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
you say your feelings. He doesn't. He didn't when I knew him. He didn't show. He didn't say what he felt or anything. He would.
Yeah.
Sometimes he wouldn't even answer you. He'd just walk out the door and you know, people downstairs that drove them crazy. They'd say,
What would you do when he walked out the door? Would you cry or would you yell?
yeah, I'd go
or-
down to the people downstairs, the older couple. I'd say, he did that again. Well, wait till he gets back. But we'll tell him what's going on. I don't know if they ever did or not, but
Maybe I should ask him.
yeah, ask him.
Yeah?
Yeah, they were nice people, I thought.
Yeah. Well,
Jack and Ida, I think he probably remembers them.
yeah, Jack and
Zeidman.
Oh, you have your long-term memory is really good.
I do have a good memory.
Your long-term is amazing.
It's good. It's good from what I've been through. I
Yeah,
think
it's
maybe it's
really
because
good.
of what I've been through. I don't know. But I've always had a good memory. My dad would say, "That's why you're good in school. You've got a good memory."
Yeah, you got good grades.
I got good grades, and
did?
I always did. Yeah.
I didn't.
Well, that's not your
I
fault.
was
I mean,
terrible.
it wasn't. Maybe because some kids from a divorced family will. A lot of kids, if they're from a divorce, because I wasn't happy, and
Yeah.
well, he wasn't for a long time, was he?
Dad?
Your dad wasn't happy for a while, was he? I mean,
Oh, I don't know. I was just a kid. I don't think I realized.
but he didn't go out
you
with
know,
anybody that much. You said he wasn't dating
I
that
did?
much. You said Dad doesn't go out with anybody. I said,
I
well,
did?
so I don't care. I don't care.
Oh boy, no. I remember Dad having a lot of friends from the
Oh,
restaurant.
guys,
yeah.
friends,
A
yeah.
lot of dudes playing cards, hanging out.
Well, that's good.
I'm sure he had a couple. He was young.
Oh yeah.
He could do what he wanted. So, and you too. You were doing the same thing. You were going out having
yeah.
a good time.
Yeah, well, when I worked at the phone company then, I knew a
Yeah.
lot of people. I knew
Yeah.
a lot of people then, yeah.
Was that your favorite time in your life? You
I
think?
liked it when my father didn't like moving us around, but I loved Cape May. But then when he asked to move us to Ohio, he didn't want to do it, but he had to. And
Ohio, no good?
Ohio, it was near Cleveland, but it wasn't really Cleveland. It was North Olmsted, Ohio. And it was, I didn't really get to know that many people there. And
Did Grammy like it?
she was just, didn't, as long as my father was all right. And he was getting sick back then. He was getting sick, and we didn't know what was wrong. And I realize now how young he was, really.
I know. It's very young.
Because think you're 43 and he died at 44. You know,
Yeah.
when it said in the paper, I said, Mom, I'll never forget, Norman Ireland, he succumbs at the age of 44. I said, it says succumbs. She says, you know what that means? That means he dies. But
It's,
I wanted him to go to the wedding, and because he had it all planned. He planned the whole wedding, and
yeah,
my father had planned the whole wedding for us. Yeah.
the whole wedding.
Oh yeah, he planned the Elmer Bossy and all the friends and a
Oh,
lot of people, and
huh. That's neat.
yeah.
Well, at least he got to do that for you.
Huh?
At least he got to do that for you, right?
Yeah, and broke my mother's heart because he couldn't live to see the wedding. And,
Yeah.
but if he had known what Bo did after that, he would have killed him. I said, no, but he wouldn't have done it. I said, Mom, if he was going to do it, he'd do it anyway. It wouldn't matter what Dad said. He would have done it anyway.
That's
Or maybe he would have talked to Dad and said, maybe he would have said, maybe we shouldn't get married, or maybe I'm too young, or she's too young. Maybe he would have said something. I don't know. I really don't know, but I know he liked my father. Back then he did.
And your father liked him, right?
He did. But when he says, you two are getting married, huh? That's what Sharon tells me. If it's all right, sir. It's all right, sir. Well, do you love her? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Be good to her then. Something.
You watched that happen? No.
Oh, yeah, I heard him say, be good to her. Be good to her. Yes, sir. Then he
So-
did that thing. Yes, sir. That Marine salute, is that?
Yeah. So, how did Dad ask you to marry him?
We were out, and he says, what do you think? I said, what do you mean, what do I think? That's just like you just talk like that. What do I think? About what? What do I think about what? About us getting hooked up. I said, hooked up? He says, want to get married? Donna's married. Donna just got married. I said, so what? He says, well, I love you. Do you love me? And I said, yes. Well, okay then. Let's tell your dad and hope for the best. I said, yeah. Yeah. He thought my father, he was afraid of him in a way. He thought, because he knew that, he saw my father get mad once at Jim. He got mad at Jim once, and he says, little buddy, go ride your bike. So Jim got on his bike and he rode. Jim, he'll never get over that either.
Yeah.
I wish he lived around here.
Jim?
I'd love to have a brother around here.
Yeah, I know. Maybe that'll happen someday.
Like Debbie doesn't have any sisters. She's got 4 brothers. And
Oh, well, you
She's the
can
only
be her
girl.
sister.
she's the only girl,
Yeah.
Debbie.
You should go do stuff with her sometimes.
Well, if I had a car, I'm telling you, a lot of things, this car thing is driving me nuts. And she doesn't blame me for wanting somebody to help me. And I could go to that school. What's wrong with trying?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with trying. There's nothing at all. I wouldn't do what I did before. I'd wait till I got a license and then I had permission. And I just want to go to that school. I want to go to that driving school. What's wrong with that? Drivability. To me, that makes a lot of sense. It's a school. That would be great.
Do you
Try.
have to fill anything out with this paperwork right here?
Hmm?
Do you have to fill anything out, or is this just a copy?
No, that's just a
Oh,
copy.
good.
That's- I
Okay.
asked her in the office. I asked
Oh,
her.
okay. Oh, perfect. Perfect. All right.
No, I did everything.
Then-